All right. All right. I think I have started recording. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining on a Sunday evening, which is a precious time. I know for everyone to spend time with your families, but you have a major purpose in your mind, which I can see that fire. That's why I can see good amount of people join. Yes. Okay. So let me give a quick introduction, very quick introduction about our platform. SS Agile Gurus is a voluntary non-profit and knowledge sharing platform which got started in October 2021 by me and Satish. Our aim is to build a powerful knowledge center in the Agile community, where our core purpose is to help each other and sharing is caring. This is our motto. Till date, we have conducted around five virtual conferences and one in-person conference, sorry, at Infosys campus this year. I think most of you people might have been there and, we got a very good feedback. Apart from that, in all our social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, and LinkedIn, we have around 20K plus followers, out of which at least one fourth will be active all the time, either in the group discussions or posting some jobs or in all the areas, whether it can be with respect to the product or project or DevOps area or with respect to coaching, mentoring, right? Any tech topics. So there are good amount of WhatsApp groups that we have where people get engaged most of the time. Apart from that, we do monthly lean coffee connects also in the agile space, where people, if they have any queries with respect to the current trends, they can get those clarified in those sessions. Apart from this, product talk series. So with respect to the product talk series, this is our very first session. A big thanks to Ketan, for humbly accepting our request, and want to deliver his session today. So without any delay, let me quickly introduce Ketan also. Ketan is an experienced enterprise agile coach with a rich background in agile transformations, agile coaching, AI, and agile. With over 18 years of experience in the tech industry, he excels in guiding organizations towards agile excellence. Known for personalized coaching approach, he emphasizes continuous improvement, collaboration, and transparency also. He's a respected speaker and thought leader, contributing innovative ideas to the agile community. He has also evolved into a pioneer, merging AI insights with agile practices to revolutionize team dynamics. Okay. As a thought leader, he contributes groundbreaking perspectives on AI agile fusion in respect to organization and in agile communities. So this is a very quick introduction from my side for Ketan. Ketan, it's all yours. Thank you.
Yeah, there are a few more accolades to add. I'm very lazy. I'm lazy at house. That's the first thing. Second, I need a lot of push to get things done. And it's more about that. Yeah, I'm a bit creative, uh, but it basically lands me in trouble also a lot many times. Uh, Sharath mentioned about 19. I would put it in 19 years of rigorous mistakes been made. I'm been proud of it, and going to make more. And maybe you can help me out in giving the feedback at the end as well. That what are more that I can improvise in the coming weeks as well. So, moreover, thank you for this opportunity. It's first of all a big task in hand to ensure that 51 participants are engaged with me for on the Sunday evening for 90 minutes. And let's see how we can shape up together for this. So before I go start about it, product excellence is in Gen AI, and I want to ask this question. Let's make it a bit interactive, and I'm going to take and majorly on weekends we don't like to talk about work that lot, right? But still we are talk about product, and we'll surely have some different ways of going in, not about anything specific to what do we work and everything on a daily basis. On a scale of 1 to 5, let's put a number on the team on the chat here, okay? One being low, 10 or five being high. Rate yourself on the usage of Gen AI daily. Just put a number. Okay, that's also fine. 7 is okay. You're taking the rate of 1 to 10. We have a rate of 1 to 5. Okay, fine, fantastic. Cool. Some says 3, some says 2, some says 5. This is just to get a pulse of how I can shape up my examples. Cool. So we got a blend of many different ways of folks here who have been using it. Okay, let me just share my screen and maybe I don't know if you can just let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so let's go on with and so the topic is about product excellence. Okay, I just have a code there. I hope that by now, after 1.5 year, and I think yesterday was ChatGPT's birthday, second birthday. When it came in, the world got to a surprise, and we all were scared, right? That how it's going to happen. So I have a question for all of you, and because it's going to be a virtual one, maybe it's going to be very important that you use your chat a lot, and that's where we're going to interact. Okay, and I have a couple of pictures to go through to make it a bit interactive and to make it have a bit of a weekend flavor. I would also like all of you to just start thinking about somewhere going back to your college memories, right? We normally like to meet our old friends, especially we don't want to meet our official friends on weekends. I do like to meet those friends who are from my college or from not from my office on weekends, so that there could be a different ways of mindset altogether to discuss. So just go back in a memory lane there somewhere and be park yourself on your college days. I'm going to come back on one of the activities, one of the examples that I'm going to show you. But before we go there, what do you see and visualize from these two pictures? You can use your Teams chat. If you want to unmute, I think you can raise your hand, but or maybe just to not have cross collaboration or cross talks going, it's better to have a Teams, Zoom chat use. But what do you see from these two pictures? 1978 and 2015. First of all, which is a movie? 1978 one. Anybody? Okay. Chat is going to come in, I think so. All right. Somebody says Muka Sikandar. Wow.
मुकद्दर का सिकंदर.
Oh, yes. It's Mukaddaga Sikandar. The second one is Piku. Legend is always a legend. Age older. All right. What else you visualize? Come on, let's see your visualization on Sunday evening. Somebody says sustainability. Somebody says back to basics. Relevance. What more you see from these pictures? Mode of travel, change, aging, transformation in age, consistency. Come on, let's go. Going green. Wow. Not taking anyone's support. Quite independent, yes. Health conscious. Adopt to expectations. Right. A couple of more if possible. Still on job. Yes, absolutely. Youth and senior citizen adaptation. Mobile and less traffic. Reason why he rides. Okay. In the first picture of 1978, do you see the Rajdoot vehicle that he's driving? I hope you all have seen. Do you see a car behind that? That's Fiat Padmini. And do you also see a scooter there? That's LML Vespa or maybe the Bajaj old one that came in. All of them non-existing today. And even all of your focus was completely on Mr. Bachchan. We didn't saw the road, we didn't saw the vehicles anywhere else, right? We are not seeing anything else. Why? Because it all depends on what is most important. Who has created the value? Who is an icon because of the work that he has done so far? Our focus was on Amitabh Bachchan. not on that Fiat Padmini, not on the Rajdoot, neither on that Bajaj scooter. Even with more than 40 years in difference, when it comes down, there is a bicycle that he's riding below. The whole objective of this picture to visualize here is that you have technologies, you have AI, you have Gen AI, machine learning, are all like Rajdoos and Fiat Padminis and Bajaj Super. It is all about our human consciousness, of our skill, of how we leverage this to create our own value. And that's what is the message here. We will have technologies evolving in future as well. Different versions of AI going to come in. We have Gen AI, we'll have Send Men. I don't know what kind of AI is in future, but the whole aspect of we as humans and consciousness and our ways of thinking to enable the agile ways of working and practice agility is going to sustain. If you ask, if personally I feel that a cycle was always the symbol of agility, right? Because that is the most health conscious thing that one can have. And that's the only significance of this particular two pictures is here to showcase to you. But then I have another picture to come in with. I hope you all agree with that. So with that, remembering any post this session, you can just browse through any of your favorite songs of Mr. Bachchan before sleeping. That's one suggestion and request from me. So going back again to the next picture for all of you. Now, come on, let me tell you, what do you analyze from this given picture? Quickly, can you just put on the Teams chat? Somebody says water scarcity, struggle for water. Cool. Maybe many of you might be wondering that we talk about product excellence in Gen AI and why this guy's getting the pictures here, right? We'll come back to that. Mid-noon, future wars will be for clean water. A funnel is being used to get water properly into tin. No water pumps today. Water war, supply of water, scarcity. Cool. Need of basics. No technology like bore electricity, water pumps, ease the job of human beings. Cool. If I ask you from your perspective, is this a happy picture for you or a sad picture for you? What is your answer? All right, somebody says sad, 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 sad. One, oh, we got one happy as well. One says opportunity, both. Cool. Happy, at least they have water. Technology helping humankind, at least getting water. Happy and sad. It depends upon the situation, what was their history. This is absolutely a good point mentioned. For some, it is sad, and for some, it is happy. Fantastic. All right. Perception, absolutely. So, if if there wouldn't have been this hand pump in this village, what would have been the previous source of water? A lake. Anything else? Wells, absolutely. So we didn't realize this when we were starting to visualize the picture. We went into the zone of water scarcity because we can see that I have the water bottle near me, right? I am easily having my water bottle to have easy access to my water. That's exactly my life is giving me the liberty and luxury, which they don't have. And suddenly we start comparing our lives and their lives, and we feel it's water scarcity. It's sad. It is struggle. Maybe that is the struggle because we never had been gone through that struggle, or we are not that in the situation. Maybe many of us might have gone through the struggle in the childhood days. Maybe everybody has a different journey altogether. But today, when we sit here, right, on the laptop and having the session, when we see this picture, we go back and relate it to the way we think. But the more perception here is, if you see that they have a journey, then what could have been the previous output for them, right? And that is basically a one water well that you realized it. What is the outcome from a journey? Maybe the villagers and the children's and the women's and the men's in the village might be taking almost 2 hours or to 3 hours to walk down to the well to get the water earlier. Now it could be 10 minutes, right? Just to go and put the can and get it from the hand pump there itself. What is it happening? It is basically impacting the quality of life, elevating through education of community. It is more about change. So, what is the current output? Where we are, and what are we realizing, right? Whatever we are realizing right now, how we can capitalize to be innovative. That is where your outcome starts coming in. Output is, I just had the best meal of my week, but that is going to put me on a lot of weight. The outcome is, I'm feeling very, very full, which is not so good. Impact is, I have to burn not many calories tomorrow morning, despite that I know I am a diet, but I have not followed it. So I'm not able to empower myself. And that's exactly a daily routine process that we all also go through with our work, our dynamic needs of technology evolution every time. This is a normal process to go through, but this is something that we as humans are collaborating. And this is where our consciousness and our historical ways of thinking or human intelligence is trying to bring. That's where we have these questions. That's where you all are started answering sad and happy and everything. What about if I ask this question to AI? If I just upload this image, right? If I just upload this image to AI, then what do you feel? Will a chat GPT or a Claude or Gemini Copilot, do you think it will feel and perceive and provide conscious insights? Yes or no? Somebody just mentioned that somebody's mom carrying the water. Really hats off to the mother. And I'm pretty sure that that's the all struggle and hard work that compelled you and many to be at this position. And respect to the mother completely for the hard work done. That's something a good learning. If there is anybody, the best teacher in the world, a best example of commitment, nobody can match moms. All right, depends on the prompt user inputs. It may describe the picture. Yes, it will describe the picture, but you have to put in your insights. You have to put in what you exactly want. And that's what the basic difference is between us, the way we think, because we have a story to tell. We have an emotion to relate. And that's where we provide sensory awareness to fill it. Now, if I go back and tell you the story of these two girls, maybe here itself, these two girls have been selected and nominated for a 2007 award for the best innovation done. Because we all missed one thing, that there's a cameraman also in the picture who's clicking the photograph of the two girls. These two girls fought for almost 1.5 years to get this hand pump in the village. With the local authorities, permissions, and everything, they were successfully able to do it in almost 1.5 years or 2 years' time. Right. And post this, 16 or 17 more communities got the hand pump in just 6 months. But the first 2 years of hard work was done by these two. They are a bit educated, and they even ensured that the way the hand pump has been set up, there is an irrigation canal there. If a water is wastage, the water goes back to the ground. It's a nice vegetation at the back, right? And even they are trying to fill the water for the entire village so that the hand pump cannot be mishandled and they can earn some money on a daily basis. Surely the woman or the girl who is using the hand pump is also having great muscles. She can even lift me. I'm just trying to I'm just kidding there. But now that you know the story, and if I ask a question, if it's a happy or a sad picture, you will turn your vote to happy because you know the journey. You're motivated. We are somewhere inspired by this. And this feeling of inspiration, this feeling of going and learning the story and journey is human centric thing. That is something that AI can suggest. AI can give you insight to feel, but AI cannot do it themselves right now. And that's where, even when you are going for a product excellence using Gen AI, it's very important that the essence of our human touch is should not be dependent on AI. It should be more about utilizing the AI as a useful servant than considering it to be a dangerous master. All right. Going forward with the picture now, I'm going to link is this few couple of points on agenda. I have a bit of a theory to start with, then we go with the practical demonstrations. Cool. Another question to all of you. Are you intelligent or super intelligent? Use your chat effectively. Intelligent. Anybody who feels he or she is super intelligent? All right, somebody says super intelligent. I am intelligent human being. Great. Super intelligent because we created Gen AI, right? Madhu says it's okay, Madhura or genius, all right? Anybody else? Any more votes to come in? What is the difference between intelligent and super intelligent? So intelligent is more about trying to escape out of the mother's beatings and successfully laughing at ourselves that I made it. And super intelligent is the elder brother or the younger brother who tells the mother who the younger brother is, right? That's how, no, I'm not sure. I certainly, if you ask me the question here, it's more about the ways of how intelligence can be measured, but there is not much difference there. And why, we're going to talk about it in the coming slide. So I asked this question to ChatGPT once, almost after ChatGPT had his birth, after 4 months of his birth. I asked the question, are you intelligent or super intelligent than humans? And it responded back to me saying that as an AI language model, I lack true intelligence and consciousness. Then how we can consider general super intelligence? Can't. Not sure. But this is an example. And when I just read the first line, I felt my job is secure. I don't have to worry about this. I'm good. Because it is going to come as for me as a help. It's going to be more of a companion or buddy or maybe somebody who I can use for my own benefit to ensure that my efforts are reduced and I can gain more insightful information that I can leverage to complement that with some good solutions everywhere. So, what is super intelligence? It's a collective mechanism of these three: speed, intelligence, collective intelligence, and quality intelligence. So, whenever in childhood days, the mother was about to whack us, and we have been whacked many times, and she's about to, just, why have you done like this? Come here. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And I get the way to run out of there from her sight. That speed intelligence, the brain but faster. Maybe sometimes, you know that I have not completed my homework at night. My mom is going to ask me tomorrow morning. Before she asks, let me at least put some points there to say that I was working, but I didn't got much time. So that I can get a cushion of not getting whacked that badly. That is speed intelligence, the brain, but faster. That also happens many a times in many different places. It happens. So if my wife asks me to clean something in the kitchen, if I have not done that, and I know that she's about to come, and I realize that, oh, I don't want my Sunday to be wasted. Or maybe I have a plan with my friend to meet, and maybe I will have to end it up if something goes wrong. So I quickly go do something there. Even if it is not appearing like a cleaning, I will make it appear like a cleaning, right? And that is good intelligence. This is something we human possess. You all might be possessed. Many of the folks in the call are relating to me. Maybe some of them have just experienced a couple of hours before. Maybe. Collective intelligence. The moment this happens or something like this happens, we like to share something like this, or maybe something about specific incidences that we joke apart, or we do pranks, and that is where we want to share with our friends, share with our family members information. That is collective intelligence. The best example of collective intelligence that I feel to be conscious was A.R. Rahman's Vande Mataram song in 1995. That's the best example I can give you, because that song of Vande Mataram still today patriotically connects everybody of us. The moment that song comes in, we feel patriotic, right? We together feel patriotism. And that is exactly what a collective intelligence is. This is more about that you initiate something and all the brains are coming together to sing the song. Quality intelligence, and that is a picture of hostel. I'm pretty sure that there are many hostelites here, and I feel that hostel was the best place to explore the quality intelligence. And today I go back and see, yeah, that was a better brain, because you really know that you have been under the radar every time. And that's exactly where you have to bring in the quality. And that's also a case that how you can be more quality with respect to your areas. You're planning your weekends up front, right? You know that if there are some relatives coming to your house and you don't want to achieve them, it's more about that how basically you go and do it. You basically plan it out so that you can have good weekend time. So these three intelligence basically makes super intelligence, which we humans possess. And that is exactly what I want to bring in. We all are super intelligent. We all have these three basic intelligence in us. So no matter what, being humans, this is something in us. And I'm going to prove you how it is. This was one of the examples I gave in one of my last talks at SSAG as well. I'm going to the roots. In one of the discussions a year ago, somebody said that the AI stuff came from Alan Turing in 1956. I said, okay, fine. Go back. You have Greeks and Germans, Greeks and Spartans who use it somewhere. Their weapons were bit technology driven. And I came back and saw that, how things can go beyond because we have lot many of history. So going back to the roots, first of all, do you know what this is? I hope you know this calendar. You all might have some version of this calendar. This is something specific, even to more specific to the Indian community, because this is where the way the things go, you basically do it, right? So this is one of the way of how we basically get the auspicious day known in our culture here, right? It's basically a Vedic calendar. Everybody will have a different versions of it. I just have it some from my, my state here. Every Indian state have their own versions of it. It basically has some ways. Aryabhatta, the greatest mathematician, created this. Okay, and with a fusion of mathematics and astrology, 2000 BC, before Christ. He took the constellations, the moons and stars and suns and planets rotations, and calculated the mathematical logic where we are following it such a way till today that we never questioned it. So we come to know when the Holi is and Diwali is. So it basically has five factors. Like Tithi is the auspicious day, which is basically the position of the moon. Var is all your weekday. Today is Sunday, right? Nakshatra is all about the position of the moon with the stars and the planets. Yog is where you have sun and the moon together. Karna is actually half of Tithi, like half of the day. That's how it is. If you go back and see if this is the calculation been done to create the calendars, which is 2000 BC from where it has been done, and we're following it so religiously, especially in our Indian community as well, and the way it has been uh, taken up back to other cultures as well. It is more about that the Gen AI also have five factors to it. You have data already there. You have a model architecture which runs about it, regularly. You have combination of the data coming in based on the inputs given, right? Which basically is been trained on the data sets. You do an algorithm. You create a evaluation metrics of what data is right, and you generate the response. Let me give a simple example. A Pune is all about a simple food item, which is called as most about. Let's take an example of maybe it will be common for everybody. We'll have Pune also have some joints, some pasta joints everywhere. So across the city, I would say there are some 500 pasta joints. We have a data. Out of that, what does Ketan likes? Ketan likes something like a cheesy pasta. So maybe out of 500 pasta joints, there are 25 of them which really matches to my need. So I have trained the algorithm that get me 25 matching to my needs. It will have clustering, it will have classification of data, get the data. It will evaluate based on the review comments, based on what my taste is, based on my location, where I am staying. It evaluates and gets me the top five. Out of the top five, which is more closest to me, which is more uh, prominent for me, is the response I get. That's exactly what Gen AI does when you prompt. All of these are coming from the roots everywhere. And only link here I'm trying to bring here is that we are super intelligent as humans. We have these intelligences to understand how things can go. I'm just trying to relate it back to a simplistic way of what Gen AI is before we move to products. But this calendar doesn't give you the feel. You cannot feel enjoying Diwali or Holi looking at the calendar. You cannot just enjoy Christmas just by looking at the calendar that 25th of December is the Christmas day. You need to go back in the memory to feel it. You need to have some stories, some discussions with somebody to feel it. And I've just taken an example here of consciousness here. If you go back and see these pictures, you will go back and see a holy, yes, colors, pranks, some kind of naughtiness, right? Some kind of different weird things. Right now, I feel everybody who has played holy is going back to their zones and having a story. That's what human consciousness is. And that is very important when you are trying to use Gen AI for product excellence or thinking about using Gen AI for developing or shaping insights for products. This is the first key aspect that I wanted to share. So you feel holy when you see the pictures. You don't feel about holy when you see the calendar. The calendar only gives you a craving. Oh, Holi is going to come. Oh, yes, Diwali is going to go. No, you have to go and feel it. For that, you have to go in the memory. You visualize your own memory, right? That's exactly how it is. So coming back now, another question to all of you before I go and explain you a simple value stream map. I said go back to college, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do here is, this is something written here in Hindi here, but anybody who have just, bunked your classes in your college days, anybody, I hope many of you might be. If it is yes, just say yes. Look at that. So many yeses coming in. Quite proud to say that, right? Yes, we had. I'm waiting for somebody who can write mass bunk. Okay, the below one. Oh, mass bunk too. Come on, yes, absolutely. Everybody got that. Just go back to the memory. Is it Sunday? We have to take something. We have to think about something that can basically make us enjoyable. That time you feel you're the king of the den. Yes, absolutely. Yes, coming out of yes. So it's good. It's good to come. And there are few innocent people who feel no. We need to learn. We will miss out on many important topics and lectures. So those are the also kind of uh, classmates we used to deal with as well. We forced mass bunk. Look how proud it is today. Doesn't matter now. It's been 25 years gone already. Cool. Imagine there was no CCTV camera at that point of time. We were quite good. Nowadays, it might have been a different story altogether. All right. Now that we have talked about bunking, I know that you all can answer this question to yourself, whether you are an over smart backbencher or not. I'm pretty sure nothing to share about it. If you have been, just feel about it the way you were earlier. Okay, so now if you just take an example, now how about creating value stream map, empathy map, and user journey map of a value stream on student bunking a college lecture? Let's take a simple example. Let's create a value stream map for student bunking a college lecture. That is exactly, we have to understand the stream and steps and value. Look at that. The first is decision-making phase. It says 5 to 10 minutes. No, it only takes 5 seconds. And it is only take almost 5 minutes to collectively pass it on to the entire crowd that we are about to bunk it, right? So if we create a value stream map like this, coordinate with friends for cover story, yes. Plan alternative location by activity where we are supposed to go and hide. Ensure phone is charged for emergency contact. So if something happens, you can contact somebody. Third is execution phase. You leave residences by previous location. Maintain low profile till the point of time the lecture is going low. Don't come out, be there. Don't be over smart. If you got caught, everybody will get caught right there. Monitor class group messages, what is happening. Now, I think this is more about from the uh, days when we used to have SMSs, but people who have been done college in my time when there were no cell phones, it was quite easy. Post bunking activities, collect missed notes by information. We never did it. Update attendance tracking. Who cares? Create cover story if question. Maybe. Plan recovery actions for missed content. Not required. So this is like we will try to give answers to ourselves. But if you have to create a value stream map for this, these are the steps, right? If I go back and see the empathy map of it, for surely I've used AI here. I just use AI to let you know how AI can drive insights. We're going to do a demo on this. Don't worry. So I created an empathy map for a student who bunked college lecture. This empathy map examines the various aspects of student's experience and mindset. Look at that. Says what the student verbalizes regarding the decision. I just need some time for myself today, my me time. I can always catch up later on the lecture material. It's no big deal to miss one class. If you create an empathy map on things, it's just one lecture. I can read the notes later. Everyone skips sometimes. I'm not alone. I need to balance my mental health with academics. In our days, it was more about that. Why, our friends used to ask us, what is that you want to bunk the class and why you do it? And in Hindi, you used to say, bhai ne bola na, so bunk karna hai. In that way, that was a kind of thing. But this all emotions and the way we think about those things will not come from Gen AI. It's quite generic. It's quite specific. How you feel relief, you get joy, how it does, how you hear. I heard the lecture wasn't most important. Just get the note from the friend later. This is the communication that happens. How you design an empathy map using AI, just an example. We're going to create it after a few minutes for one of the examples as well. But I'm just trying to give a simple way of a different example to see how we can create it. You have a value stream map. You now have empathy map. Let's understand the user journey map for students, teachers, and college watchmen regarding students bunking lectures. So students' journey, feeling overwhelmed with the workload, come on. Deciding to skip class for personal reasons, wow. Personal reasons, having samosas and kachoris in the canteen, catching up on missed material later. Okay. Teacher's perspective, noticing decreased attendance. Yes. I'm not sure if you have ever practiced giving proxy attendance to everywhere or you're caught. Creating engaging lecture content to reduce bunking. Good. So something for the lecturers. Reaching out to students who miss the classes. Look at the college watchman's journey. So you can have many of them. This is just a high level one, just to give you a glimpse of how it could be done using AI as well, or you can think about it. Monitoring student entry and exit, who's coming in, who's coming out. If you really don't want to have student entry, just let the watchman know you're my friend. Give him some food, give him some chocolates, and he will not track it. Those things, something AI will not tell you. It's something that we have to evangelize ourselves. Reporting suspicious patterns of bunking, yes. Engaging with students to understand their reasons, yes, absolutely. There are reasons. I have somebody special who's waiting outside and to go and meet. Communication channels, group chats for updates, emails, teachers, face-to-face discussion, emotional outcomes, student feelings guilt or relief after the bunking. I don't feel I've ever had a guilt. Teachers feeling frustration or concern, watchmen feeling responsibility for students' welfare. This is just a sample way of one simple example how these things can be created using AI. I have not put much thought into it, but just thought of having a creative example so that it basically relates it to some kind of a learning through some fun. This is exactly what happens if we don't bring human consciousness. The way we think is the way we build. So if we don't understand the problems of the team members or the roles who are designing or developing product, they will fade away if the problems are sustained. When product need and its alignment is not equals to team commitment, this is what happens. And that's Laurel Hardy. So it's a very old video. And this is exactly what happens. Even if you use AI, if it is not into the alignment with the way we feel and the way we understand customer through the empathy that has been built with relationships, empathy which has been built with understanding the emotions and feelings of the customers, we will end up just building something with respect, something by using AI, but not a robust and sustainable product. But even after telling this, how one can use it. So now we go back to our activities, and I'm going to show you some demonstrations for next 25 minutes. Before I move further, any questions so far?
If you have any questions, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself, not a problem. That's also fine. Because we talked about a bit of a theory on human consciousness, super intelligence, a simple example, a creative one for everybody just to sit and relax with. Uh, if you don't have any questions, we continue. All right.
Ketan, I
Yeah.
mean, it is not maybe with respect to the things, but I mean, like with the presentation you gave, I mean, the product base, but nowadays, like if I have to ask, like people do not value agility. I mean, that is what one thing which has been observed throughout the market, and moreover, like Gen AI may much more simplify the product management category also. So, what is your take on that or viewpoint? That is what I want to understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So, see, Gen AI is going to simplify many things with respect to what are the areas for us to think. But the decision making, the final creativity on thinking and alignment to give a sign off is human driven. So, the whole aspect of first section that I wanted to provide was we are humans and let's not forget when AI has been used. Don't be reactive. Because when I show you the demonstration, we will become reactive to it because we feel that this is useful to us. And when we feel anything is useful to us, we succumb to be sometimes in a slave mindset. Let's agree to this. We have a cell phone and we are slave. I just had my cell phone changed yesterday. I was feeling quite uncomfortable when for 3 or 4 hours my cell phone was not there accessible to me. The same thing happens with AI as well. Now, when I'm going to show you the demonstration, if the demonstrations are useful to you, you will surely use it. But then while using, one has to keep their mind that not only for product management, for everything, for creation of everything that a product requires, a backlog or a story or a value stream, empathy map, design thinking, everything. You can get it done in seconds or minutes from Gen AI, but there has to be a thought process of whether it is relevant or not. Does it make sense for my need? Does it really my customer need this? These kind of thought-provoking questions should not die. And the moment it dies off, which is going to be the case anytime in future, because more AI conscious tools going to come, the more we're going to lose our ways of thinking, the way we have been earlier. And that is where in desire of having more and more automated AI solutions, we will lose the factor of we will lose the factor of collaboration and empathy and also about empirical values. That is where we have to balance it out. So surely everything is going to reduce the effort going forward, but let's not forget that we are more super intelligent on that. I hope I answered the question. Just to cover other aspects as well.
Yeah, I have follow up a question on that, but I don't want to take other your time and other people's.
Okay,
Where we can connect on that later.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, but
So
you have
let's do
answered
one
the
thing.
question on a high
Yeah,
level.
yeah. So
Yeah,
let's do
thanks,
one thing.
Ketan.
Let's do one activity. So I take one of the activities here. So suppose we have this. I have a vision statement here. Okay, so our vision is to empower every senior citizens and military veterans to achieve financial security and peace of mind in retirement. Okay, we this is a vision statement. The key users are senior citizens and military veterans. So activity is to create a value stream, steps, and outline the value stream map, empathy map, and key users. Let's do one thing. Let's also have uh, let's say create top 10 features as well. Okay, fine, that's okay. So when I go back and took it, so normally let's do like this. I normally go like this. The first thing is very simple. I hope you might have used all of these earlier as well, but I've given this as well earlier. So like let's say one of my friends Amit wanted to understand how we can. So I created a simple wrapper for it. I created his Amit Products Excellence Assistant, something for him. He asked me that how we can do it. Just trying to reiterate to everybody again. Just something that I showed earlier in one of the SSAG talks as well. So now again, if you want to achieve something like this, I have a pro version of these tools. One of them, you can surely have one of the pro versions for each of one of them after you're experiencing it. You will surely get the benefit coming out of it. The first thing is when you are using, this is only for ChatGPT users. If you go to customize ChatGPT, let the ChatGPT know who you are. Put your brief intro here, what you do and everything, and also try to provide in uh, how would you like the ChatGPT to respond back. So I basically have given like this. I have saved already. So I go and cancel it. Now basically what I go is I go to my explore GPTs here. So let's create something of our own. Okay, let's do something. Let's create something like this. I gave over here, I'll say, because it is product talks. I'll say product talks SSAG. Come on. Description, need to focus on product excellence for intelligent products. Okay, fine. Do we want to provide any instructions to it? What does the child do? How does it behave? What should it avoid doing? It should avoid human-centric. I'm especially giving it right now. It should avoid human-centric insights, focus ethical imperatives, and provide unbiased insights on product excellence. Conversation starters, no, not required. Anything with respect to knowledge, you want to upload file, anything that you want to do, you can do it here. Okay. I can upload my file. Let's do this. Okay. I can go and upload my file then. Yes. Let me close this one. Why I have to prompt then? Yes. I will not prompt it. So I go here. Oh, okay. Go back here somewhere. I go to product talks. I go to activities. I take activity 2. Can I take activity 1 as well? Yes. Let's see. Oh, wow. My 2 documents are getting uploaded. Now it is only focused for my 2 documents. Yes, it is. And then I say here, go down and I say create new action. And I say that's fine. That's okay. Now I go and I create. At this point of time, I'm saying only me. And I save it. I got my GPT. Now to use those examples, I have to provide the API key of my particular ChatGPT account to anybody who I can. Okay, now I've just created this. I go back and let me see in my list whether I got my product owners. Not here, I think so. My GPTs. That's my product talks SSAG. Okay, we just created a wrapper over ChatGPT. And now I go back here and I paste something like this and ask the question. It will start giving the responses. You get a value stream steps. Oh, I missed to put tabular format. So it's not giving me a tabular format. What ChatGPT is trying to give you, it's giving the insights, but is it really matching? We have to go and see. So I have a vision statement for senior citizens and military veterans to have something for retirement plans. So what is awareness and education? First of all, there has to be awareness and education about users, about retirement pensions. But what about the existing members? It's not there. That is where the way we have to go and question the responses coming in as well. That's how you bring product excellence to it. Product excellence within Gen AI doesn't mean that Gen AI will provide you the excellence. No. Gen AI will provide you the data. Excellence is something that we have to bring in. Okay, we have to see what is really matching here to need it. You got empathy, something, some pointers. It is very generic right now. You have to be very specific the way you do and to the prompting here. But this is one way of how you can use it. You can go on and refine it the way you really want to have. Okay, that's one way of doing this. The other way I want to let you know here is use Jada if you haven't. There's one tool I really extremely use. And when I go here, what I do is I will copy here. I will go here. It is basically about to provide you the visual analysis and everything. It's JEDA, Yeda, not Peda, not Yeda. It's Jeda. So if I go and put like this, create empathy map and everything. And okay, fine, let's not do top 10 features here. Okay, if I go into like this, let's see what it is. Just confirming, I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible to everybody because it's been quite a good monologue.
Yeah, yeah, Ketan, you are
Okay, fine.
visible.
So if I go here, it basically creates like this, something. Oh, sorry. Empowering seniors and veterans, you have a comprehensive strategy coming in. Value stream creation, empathy mapping, user journey mapping. Some high level steps. So it is not detailed that much. You go and provide more details. You can download from here if you have a pro one. But it also has many aspects which we're going to explore today with all of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it up. I'm going to go here and let's go to product. You have different AI recipes here. Customer focus, user experience, sales, marketing, business processes. You can do everything. Let's go to product here and then basically, first of all, go and create a go to market strategy. So we want to have a new pensions and product for whom it is going to be about senior citizens. What is the goal? The goal is to provide new pensions product benefits. You know, provide any more context, you can give it output language, what llama, or what kind of tool you want to code, and I generate it. Before that, I take this particular piece. Oh God, it's gone. Oh, it is there. I think so. Yeah, it is. And now let's see what kind of go-to-market strategy Jada provides us. Remember, ChatGPT gives you the text. You also need to have visualization, right? You basically get this. So a high-level go-to-market strategy, it can get more specific into it. You can surely have more specific into it. At the same time, you can go and see what more you really want. You can load more specific to this. Okay, and you basically can create it. Let's go and first of all see what it is. It basically, oh sorry, market research. So what one should do for this? First of all, they should do surveys, right, among senior communities, engage in focus groups, military veterans, product development, create tiered pension plans, maybe MVP, something like that. It's not mentioned here about MVP, but I thought about it. We have to create maybe one. Marketing and promotion strategy, what should be done? What are the distribution channels that has to be done? What are the feedback and iteration that one should have? So regular surveys, monthly follow. We can go and deep dive into it more. If you really want to go and see, you can create mind map out of it. You can create different wireframes and flowcharts as well. This is exactly how you can use Gen AI for generating such things that can give you the cushion to have product excellence. When I say product excellence using Gen AI, it doesn't mean that Gen AI will give me the excellence. No, excellence is something which is basically should be driven as a conclusion of decision, that whether it is an excellent way to use it or not. And that's where we should be enabled enough with the work coming or data coming from Gen AI that can help us to think and visualize and provide decisions faster. So if I go here, and even when I say here like product excellence, right? When I just say product excellence, see here you get dynamic prompts as well. It basically starts giving you dynamic prompts where things. Now, what could be more specific? What type of product are you referring to? Who's the target audience? What is the primary goal for achieving product excellence? See, this is the way it enables you to provide information so that you can reach closer to the excellence that you're trying to feel. You can be more specific about whatever it is. It automatically gives you a dynamic ways. This is something that ChatGPT doesn't give us. But what happens is, now that you have got this, let's do one thing. Let's download this. The moment we download this, let me see if it is downloaded. Yes, it is. Now what I do is, I go to ChatGPT. I go here. Is it a product talk accessory? Yes, it is. I go and upload this from here. You go to downloads, pick up my this, upload the image. Now that we have, um, Go-to-market strategy for new pen. We would now need based on this, we would now need suggestive lean budgets. Let's see if ChatGPT can give us that. So based on this, can you provide suggestive lean budgets and guardrails? For the pensions product. Based on the attached. Let's see whether first of all it reads or not. It starts reading it, come down to lean budgets. I have mentioned the word suggestive. That's the reason it is going to provide us. Allocation 10% total budget, purpose, conduct surveys, product development budget, how much it is. So it is going to give a very, very percentile information to you. Guardrails is going to come in, how you should do it. It's all generic coming in, but you basically get the pointers of how you should go and think about it. So this is exactly how you use this tools in effective way for getting more deeper insights that can enable you to think in a more excellent way to generate excellence overall for the products. We have just taken an example of go-to-market strategy for new retirements and pensions product. We can now go and see one more. I'm going to give you a couple of more examples as a demo, but surely you should go and use this. It's a very, very good tool. I've been using it for a long time. You do prioritization, you do pricing, you do everything here. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's go down. Let's do something about. Let's try to create a product market, product management framework, product backlog, product lifecycle management. Let's get a product lifecycle management. Let's I can go for this. Let me get this up. So go here. We have something same for whom. We have something same. Management purposes, provide pensions. Okay. So now it also has the way. We want auto, we want column, we want grid. Let's say a grid layout, how it basically comes in. All right, you got something here. You got a product lifecycle management coming in, maybe a high level one, right? I take the hand again. So if you see here, introduction to PLM for pensions, product lifecycle management, product, define PLM and its elements, development stage, market production, growth phase, maturity and evaluation, decline and refresh strategy. You can go and deep dive more into it. You can go and provide more context to it here, right? And you can provide more insights to it. You can have diagram, you can have wireframe, you can have many different aspects. Now, if I go to wireframe, what kind of wireframe you want? These wireframes can be given as an attachment to your features and your epics as well, so that it can be delivered more better. Which web page would you like to generate? Give a specific layout here, it will generate a wireframe of a web page. How cool is it? This is how you can use it and finalize it, right? If you go to writer section to it, you can basically just email everything, whatever is happening. You can have separate ways of how you can have product storytelling. It will just whatever storytelling is required for your end user or business sponsor to understand, you can use it and you can send it to them. You can have 30, 60, 90-day plan as well. So many options there that you can achieve product excellence by this particular insights coming in. So many of them I've used, I've been using, we have just creating some use cases in our organization as well of how we can develop such tools, which can really help customers and products to go and win. You can also have retrospectives. You have different retrospectives also here, right? I will take one more example of user experience for all of you. User journey map. I've shown you one, right? Yes, your user flow here. So one demo that I would like to give one more is about, let's do a user journey map. Let me first of all take the image up. You can create multiple workspaces in Jira and you can do it. So when I go here and I say user experience for what? Again, this for whom I'll say senior citizens. Well, let's do something different. Yes. I go here and say need mortgage to house. I say this for a young couple. They want to take a home loan, need a new home and mortgage. And I say a user journey map. Okay. And I say generated. Now again, I've said it a visual analysis. It is going to come in the same layout, but I will show one of them in the flow chart as well to all of you. So here you basically get the user journey map for mortgaging the loan for home. What a young couple should do, right? They should basically research, compare the interest rates, application phase, approval phase, closing phase, post-purchase phase. So different examples, different visions. You can use Jada for the same thing. Use it, upload it back to ChatGPT in your specific wrappered uh, GPT and get more insights from here, right? And that's exactly how you can use it. So one last thing that I would like to share, or rather, I would like to first of all give from Jira is let's also go and create a diagram or maybe a flow chart. Let's see a flow chart of it. So we say that uh, let's see whether it gives for the same thing. What are the key factors to get MVP? And let's generate this. So it basically creates the entire flow chart for you. Yeah, it's quite you have to go deep dive into like Miro board and all those things, and you go and see the steps, identify target audience, conduct market research, and like this. And it basically creates the entire flow of how you can create the MVP process. You can use this, can tweak it the way you want, and then you can have more add-ons as well. You can add in different ways of how you can have the pathfinders. At the same time, when you go back to this, there are many uh, ways of how you can use how you can use Jada. So just a second. So try this for the free piece of it. You can also have strategy and planning to go with. This is something I leave it to you guys. There's so many things that when you do, but it is more about how you can play around with. That's the way Jeda works and provides some ways of how we can generate excellence. There's one more, and which is my very good friend called as Cloud, or we can say Cloud. Cloud people say like this. This is the web page that I have created straight away. This is a dashboard of retirement, and I have a UI here straight away. So what I did is I created a project in Claude. So what happened is I have said that product excellence, I have uploaded the entire documentation. And what it has done is I have asked him that, can you read the attached activity? Okay, I want it to be designed with a good UI. So this is basically an example completely that a James is a military veteran pension plan guy. Current balance is something like this. What is this view statement? How would the UI page would look like completely for a dashboard for any retirement and pension military when he was. What is the next payment? What is the year to date supporting hours? It's a sample wireframe done in a very UI based. Chat GPT or Jada will give you the specific steps of how your wireframe should be, or it can generate the wireframe in a way, but this is more structured. Claude gives you more structured ways of doing it. This is the another way. So I'll just give a simple demonstration to this again for all of you. That's fine. I go to projects. Okay. I can search this is my project. I can go and create a project as well. So when I create a project, I can say, what is the other one I have? I go to activities. The third one was about something critical illness. Or it is mortgaging a loan. What was the first one? Okay, health insurance. Cool. So I'll say health insurance product there. So I'll say some SSAG health product. And what are you trying to achieve? Uh, Competitive health product. Okay, let's see like this. When I create a project, when I create a project, I have to give some instructions here. I can upload. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add content, upload from the device. I'm going to close this. This was activity one. I go here, I upload activity one. That's activity one. I go and set a project. You know, I can set any instructions. Right now, that's fine. I leave it to right now the way. That is optional anyways. I can add as many as content as well. Now, what I want to do here is regard for women's suffering from cancer. Let's see. So like this. Right, 53 participants are still there. I've done a good job in holding all of them. So one of them just left. What? My heart is broken already. See, look at that. You got support services, you got wellness efforts, you got provider network. How cool is it? If I go and tell this, can you make the UI more customer friendly to have good user experience? It generates the entire code. You can copy the code in your any editor and the same UI will appear there, right? And then you can tweak it the way you want to do it. So easy. You can publish it, you can download it as well. That's what it does. But it's a pro version. So you need to practice this, use it, and see whichever best suits to you. Look at that. Another one very fantastic UI coming in, right? Find a specialist, go here, coverage, support, wellness, network. These are all different ways of wireframe or web page that you want to tell them. This will not work. There is no code behind it. But this is exactly how you can provide access to cutting edge. You can just go and provide this more. This is exactly how you bring in product excellence. This is exactly how you use Gen AI to generate this. All right. There can be many more of this. They can go on, but it is more about you being independent to be enabled of how you can use it. I use three basic tools: ChatGPT, Claude, and Jada. I think these three are equipped enough. Even if a couple of them you can practice it, you can surely think about how you can talk to yourself to generate the product from your visualization and ensure your product talks to your journey is something embracing in the coming ways that your customer or your organization can be benefited with. I think that's exactly what I can summarize with the demonstration I've given to you. So moreover, before I conclude, and I will open the floor for questions, something important for everybody. Fusion of AI and Agile isn't without challenges. Okay, you have to ensure data privacy. You will have questions on how organizations can do it. Create your own wrappers, create your own specific protected environment where your data is safe and secure, and then generate your own AI solutions that can work specifically without compromising on privacy. Don't be over-reliant on AI. Remember, we are super intelligent. Speed intelligence, collective intelligence, and quality intelligence. We are the ones who are creating it. So it's more about how we can not rely overly on this, and that's where the ethical guidelines and ethical imperative comes in. You know, and that's where it's been more important that your human judgment, your decisions are coming in through. We are about to go through a lot of big cultural shift, and that cultural shift is probing us to be reactive. The way we use Gen I categorize it in three steps: reactive, informative, and explorative. We use chat GPT, many people, that when we have problem, we ask a question. That's reactive. When we are used to it, we want to just explore more information that can be helpful. That is informative. And when you come into a zone where you really want it to be a companion or a buddy, you start exploring things through it. So that though that exploration or that imaginative exploration can be used for you to capitalize on that to have a decision making and use it to the fullest with your human consciousness taking the decision. If you do a over reliance on AI, that's going to happen. And without AI, that's going to happen. It has to be a balanced in between. So AI enhances collaboration, decision making, and personalized service. It automates tasks, improving efficiency while focusing on strategic growth. And this third point, one of my friend and coaches and an ethical AI practitioner, Suvarna, she used to mention, ethical AI is crucial to maintain fairness. It is more about the balance and transparency, inclusivity of every kind of multiple uh, facets of intelligence that the product owners or developers may be having to get that data. Future-proofing communities through AI ensures continuous evolution and innovation. These are some of the factors. But underlying, few days ago, in one of the Miss India competitions, somewhere, this question was being asked to one of the participants that how do you see AI in future and what is your one line on this, a one liner? And she gave a fantastic response that we want AI to be our useful servant than to be like a dangerous master. And that was a really a great line I felt. I learned from that, and I just wanted to share with all of you. Let's not make it a dangerous master for our product excellence. Let us make it as a useful servant for us, and let us recapitalize on this. With that into note, if you have any questions, don't ask ChatGPT. I'm there for you. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
some good amount of 15 minutes for the questions. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Ketan, for enlightening us as usual with Gen AI and how we can use along with the products. So you rocked as usual. I think it's time for Q&A. Before that, we have good amount of questions in the chat also. So we'll
Yeah,
start with the chat. Meanwhile, people can raise their hands so that we'll pick one by one. I think the first question is how to connect this dashboard, whatever that you have created earlier, to the database. It's from Vishal Singh.
So just a second. Yeah. Okay, fine. How to connect this dashboard to database? Right. So see, this platform.openai.com. Whenever you create a ChatGPT account, you automatically get an account for platform.openai. You go there, set your primary key, a secret key, use that key of your account and put that in your database. Automatically, your database will start having ChatGPT as a section coming in, and you can prompt it to get the information. And that is more a modern AI Pro kind of a session that we have to do it specifically with some roses. So that's separate. That's a separate thing. You have a lot of courses happening around. I'm just kidding, but I think that's how you do it. You will always have a primary and API key for every tool that you create. That API key can be used in any tool, and you basically link it to the database. Okay, the next question, which is there on the chat, if I go here, is
How to deploy
how to deploy the code. It's very simple. You publish it through Cloud-A. The moment you publish it, you get the code file. Now, if a code file is HTML, import the HTML file in your editor, and you basically get the code. Absolutely, it's a paid version of Cloud-A. The only thing that you get free nowadays is advice and Gyan. So sometimes it is more about, you go and use Cloud-A, but the more essence of other features will only come in when you have a pro version. For Cloud-A website layout generation, is the activity relevant? For Cloud-A website by layout generation, Radha Krishnan, can you just unmute yourself and ask the question again, please? if possible?
Actually, while generating that website, you uploaded one document, activity 1, 2, 3. Is that
Hmm.
required really?
No, 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 no. I've just given an example that I have something. If suppose I have a document with requirements, and I have to use a Gen AI tool, how I can do it? That's a practical scenario in office, right? That's a practical scenario we go through. But even that was not a website. It was a website page layout. Don't mistake it by a website. For a website, humans have to go and code and develop it. It will give you the wireframe. It will give you the structure how it should look like. That is something designers can use it for designing it more effectively using Gen AI. But the activity was more about to be specific to what we need. So if you want to make it more specific to your relevance, upload whatever you have, and then it can be used in an effective way. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, thanks.
What was the URL of Jada? I think that's already provided. Okay, that were the questions I can see. I can see Kshitij, you have your hand raised.
Shishit Yelkar, you can unmute yourself and raise your question. All right, in between, Ketan, apart from Jedi and Claude, any other good tools that product owners or product managers can make use of to explore more?
Yeah, go and use Perplexity and Taskade. TASKADE, Taskade. Taskade is really good to design sprint plans and PI plans. So, but yeah, you need to practice it a lot. And you can also use Zapier. This is something last time I also shared. Zapier is a tool that basically zaps two different entities. You can basically go and create the user stories and features from ChatGPT and then upload it in Jira. So Zapier can basically bind together and you can basically get the future sprints already been filled up by the priorities. That's what Zapier does it. So Zapier, Taskade, Perplexity are the three tools that you can use it. There are many more, but every tool will have some pros and some limitations. It is up to you to evangelize and see it. Even if you go to ChatGPT and ask a question, many people have created their own versions of ChatGPT wrappers in ChatGPT also that you can leverage. Many of them are been open to anyone. You can go and use it specifically. Yeah, I'm typing it here for all of you. It's
So this Jedi and Claude both are free tools or paid tools?
you have a free version for everything, but you will have some limitations there. You experience that for 15-20 days. If it is basically giving you some responses good, then you basically go and opt for it. One of the I personally feel that one of the tool you should surely embrace to have a pro version. It is going to be coming around 2000, somewhere 2000 or 2100 rupees per month. I think that's the amount of traveler pizzas we anyways eat. So that's a good way to invest as well to learn something new. I would suggest like that.
Hi, Ketan, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you, Shitesh. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Ketan, if someone want to learn the AI from basic to advanced level, so what you will suggest? First, go for those first level, then second level, this, and third level. So, what is your suggestion?
I was not able to understand the question, but I felt that you want to understand that how one can start the basics of Gen AI and now proceed further.
Yeah, from basic to mastery, what will be the journey of learning?
See, the first thing here is that understand the basics of AI. You have many courses available on LinkedIn and everywhere. Theory will make you understand that what Gen AI is. But for practically to use Gen AI, there are two things. One is to create a Gen AI and one is to use. For using, you have multiple different courses available for the roles as well. And I would recommend you to connect with Vijay Wadi from Agile Waters, and he has some great courses on the roles of Scrum Masters and product owners as well, for developers as well, for testers as well. The second thing is go and start using prompting on a daily basis to improvise your daily AI skills. So I categorize this into daily AI, social AI, green AI. First of all, it is about daily AI, how you are using Gen AI for daily use, and how you're uplifting your role on a daily basis. Social AI is more about how you are socially imperative enough to use AI properly. Green AI is ethical, where you should know that where I should not be using AI. So these are the three steps of how one should be matured enough to use AI. That's how I would put it. Now, don't over rely on courses as well. Your courses will just guide you and give a reference book. You have to capitalize on that. So best way is to take a pro version of ChatGPT or Cloud or anything, use it. Use it the way you want to do it. And if you want to go and see how to create it, there are courses of Modern AI Pro, I think from Balaji Vishwanathan, that those were a very good courses that I've been part of, where you understand how you create the wrappers. What is clustering, what is identification, what is sequencing, how the polynomial equations of mathematics calculate and binds the data and brings it back to you. That's all the technology piece of it. So the journey should be understand Gen AI, practice using a tool, get into some role-based course certification to see how you can use it use it effectively, and then capitalize on the role on a step-by-step basis. It's a roadmap more than 3 to 4 months. But if you want to go for a course on role-based courses, Agile Waters and Vijay Waters courses are really relevant. You can go through that.
Thank you, Ketan.
Yep. Any other questions?
Hello.
Yes, Vishal.
So there are tools like Bolt on New V0 wherein we can add the screenshot and get the UI along with the code. So what do you think in terms of in future from product management parlay, whether they would be able to right from the UI to the final delivery of the product, how the things will change, the merger of tech plus product, or how it will happen?
See, there are two things here. You will get all the resources. The way I perceive is that the collaboration of different roles will be done by AI itself. Ketan can be a product owner, Ketan can be a developer also. I can prompt and get the responses based on the way I can select my roles. I can generate the code also based on my own role. So I can have a drop down. Imagine this now, you have a drop down, and the drop down says front end developer, Jahia, or a front end developer, Sitecore. And you have backend developer who has Pega as our orchestrator. I'm just taking this code example. I can select each one of them. And if I have a requirement as a product owner, being a developer on that skill set, what is the code I should write for this? I get that code for front end. Even I can get the code for back end using the different role I select from the drop down. And then I should be matured enough to see whether the code works or not. That is going to be the way it will be in future. But the point here is the cross-functional team of agility would require everyone to know how to use the skill sets, not to implement, use. It is all about usage now. We used to code in HTML in 2002 and 3, right? Now we get everything ready. So the future lies in how well you know the technology logic together and use Gen AI to develop your own codes quicker and get into a zone of product delivery. Nowadays, it has been said that in a sprint, in agile ways of working, in a sprint, the team delivers user stories. Very soon, it's going to be features. You will be jumping your journey from stories to features. Why? Because it is evident that if Gen AI comes in with the technology pieces, one in a given single day, a team can deliver 15 user stories. And that basically creates a feature. So very soon, it would be not a sprint planning, it would be a feature sprint planning. That would be more agile. Think about this after 2 years from now. And I see that, I visualize this. And if that happens, then again, everybody will scare we ever lose a job. No, you may take it up. We are super intelligent. Use it in the best possible way and see how more features can be delivered. That's how I see it.
Don't you think that we are deviating from the agile ways of delivery in that case, Ketan?
Well, I will tell you
See,
one thing very
feature.
clearly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. In a childhood, when I used to get 100 rupees from my mother used to ask me a question after I used to come to home. But I gave you 100 rupees and you spent 60. You have 40 here. What did you do for the 60 rupees? And I never liked that question because my integrity was being questioned. And every time such questions have been asked to me where I have to open up the truth was something I was always challenged with. That's a resistance. But to do a GPay of 13 rupees or 15 rupees, I don't question myself. Nobody questions anybody else that why did you GPay 13 rupees? What was the need? Why not 14, 12, 13? No. We have gone through a technology evolution like that. And if you see agile, it's a mindset. When the wheel was invented, that was the biggest invention. People, when the wheel, they saw the water log, when they saw the log coming from the mountain, everybody was scared. But we don't go back and say that, why were they scared when we're driving the vehicle today? We don't. It's a similar way today that agile ways of working is all about agility in practice. It is not agility with technology, only technology. It is more about process. It's a value and principle. It's about how we enable and embrace the growth mindset. And that is exactly where it is important that whatever technology advancements are coming, we gracefully accept it. That is the nature of evolution that we have. Because if we don't, somebody else is going to do it anyways. And by the time everybody in the world does it, we would be forced to do it anyways. So it's better that we surely have to balance it out with what is that we need to sustain with human consciousness in the teams and where we can relax and act on it, but we can't stop the evolution the way it is going. It's better to adapt to it. I have a 94-year-old grandfather. I have a 66-year-old father. I am somewhere in 40s, and my son is 15-year-old. And my son talks to my grandfather like it's a great grandfather talking to a great grandson. They talk about Twitter and WhatsApp. The reason is the older generation who was born in 1920s have to know WhatsApp to sustain today and be part of it. Otherwise, he will be left alone. That's the only way I can summarize this.
Well, that actually precisely, bang on. But Ketan, my question was to instead of going through a Scrum, our frameworks are different. Today, SAFe can address that, planning features. Maybe not to the great extent, but what you can foresee that can be a different framework can be evolved, which can help our needs instead of making these things. My point to address your part of planning features of stories in the sprint, right? Why do we have
No,
to?
yeah, the point here is that, what I was trying to say is that today we deliver stories, very soon we will be delivering features.
Right.
The team will work on features straight away, not on stories. Or maybe if they're working on stories, they will finish 20 user stories of one feature at once in a given sprint. That's what, because of the agility that Gen AI is trying to bring on every role, to giving everything readily available to you. It is all about how better you can use it, the readily available resources. That's where the point is all about. It will take some time, but after 2-3 years, let me know. The Scrum Alliance itself is going to come and say, the Scrum Guide will say, let's focus towards feature-based delivery in sprints, then use the stories. That's how it's going to evangelize going forward. It will have challenges as well. But when you see the visualization,
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
all right, great discussion. Thank you for the pointers. Any other questions? Because the last one to go with.
Yeah, we are almost at the top of the hour.
Okay,
Any
fine.
last question from anyone before we wrap up?
If you have anything on the feedback, sorry, go ahead.
Any tool who can directly convert a Figma into a UI, Apple to Apple.
To be very frank, I'm illiterate on that. So I will not be able to answer that question, but I can get back to you on that later. I'm not that a techie guy. Figma, for me right now, I can know Ma because she's waiting outside. I don't know Figma right now, but it's more about a bit tech for me. But I can still find the answer, Vishal, to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think Ajit has already answered this question. Thanks, Ajit, for that.
Ketan, if you have, I can give one more example from my experience, and maybe I will turn that into a question. Okay. So I have been using Gemini AI actually to create the user stories. Okay, that is functional user stories actually, but that didn't give me close to even 50 to 60% of the user stories that I expected. So I tried. Indeed, I'm trying to tell you that I tried AI, converting the picture into a user story to make it as easier possible, to upload bulk user stories into into Jira or Zoho, which we use, Zoho Suite. So I have noted down those AI tools that you mentioned, which will help me in making my job easy in converting a nutshell into a story, any picture or a document or anything into a user story. So how much do you think we can be able to make it as a ready to use user story, like maybe 80% or something somewhere around that? Anything that you can shed some light on that will be helpful.
First of all, this has nothing to do with the tool. And maybe quickly answering this, this is basically the way you prompt. Okay, and there are different ways of prompting that can be those are basically part of the courses that Agile Waters has. Maybe you can opt one of them, and you will surely get an understanding of how you really prompt to a specific way to get to the core of the stories or the core of the need that you really want to have it. Because it is all about how you can be explorative to prompt and get the response, and how you can feed it to the fullest. That's how the journey can happen. I can't go more on that because, like, if I give an example, when you're prompting, do give role, task, and a role, task, and formats. Please specify the role and persona. Give steps of tasks that you really want to the particular GPT to do for you, and also specify the format to it. You can do such organized, structured ways of prompt the way you generate the result in tabular formats. That is exactly how you can do it. But more to add on to it, there are courses available. I think you should see if you can explore that and can offer one of them.
Bang on. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine. To protect the privacy and IP issues, is it possible to download or use GenAI located enough? I do it in my personal laptop. I don't face any challenge. I have Llama, I have Quen, I have everything. In your organization, contact your ethical team. So that's the best answer. But I don't see any IP issues or privacy issues here. It's more about the only thing is that only do it for the generic usage. Don't put your Aadhaar card into your GenAI. Otherwise, it's going to be trouble. The rest, everything is fine.
Yeah. Thanks, Ketan. So what is that we want to do it to use it locally?
I think you just have to download Llama, Olava. These are the LLMs. You can just go and download it. It takes 4 GB or 5 GB of data, but that's a separate thing. Modern AI Pro, Balaji Vishwanathan, you can go and see that course. You will get all these insights.
Okay. Sorry, can you come again once again?
Yeah, you can go and search for Modern AI Pro by Balaji Vishwanathan. There's a course there for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
You can think about it. The practical course for developers and techies.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I think we are already 4 minutes above. Thanks all of you.
Right.
And it was okay to see more than 50 people was bounded for 90 minutes on Sunday evening. I think thank you for there and be patient in bearing me up. Thanks a lot again, SSAG and Sharath and Satish for a wonderful opportunity. And great to have this interaction on Sunday evening. Happy Monday again, despite we don't like it, but still happy Monday.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ketan, for the wonderful session, as usual. There's a small announcement from our side. December has started, right? So our Lean Coffee Connect, we will announce the date soon, where everyone can connect there on that platform also. So have a happy Sunday. Thanks everyone for joining and have a great day. Thanks so much, Ketan.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Ketan.
Have a great day.
Great session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ketan. Wonderful session.